Yesterday we talked about price action going underneath 20K, but is there a chance it could get much, much lower? Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's, and this is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the winds ply. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni ringing with the The FOMO index has dropped to 37 from yesterday's 38. Bitcoin dominance is 48.2%. 24-hour volume is 27 billion. The overall market cap is 1.05 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, is this our new level of eternal monotony? Our crab-walking candles that will get burned into our papers for the next 6 weeks? After dipping down under 26K, price action found a bottom and a bounce at 25.8 and has shucks back up to a time of production 26K, and we are white knuckling the 20 moving average. Our channel up and down exits are at 26.4 and down at 25.2. Now over on the ding dong, we're still staring down the barrel of this majestic bear flag, which plays out to 20.6-ish. Save for a massive second drop out of nowhere, I can see us dancing around this 25.7 area, then getting hung up on support down 25.2. If we get a much needed V-shaped recovery, some anticipated pushback would be up at the 200 moving average at 27.3, then a double Dutch headwind from the 20 moving average at our channel's resistance, 28K. But if, I say if we can get to 28K this week, we could probably officially market this as a V-shaped recovery. But if we stay around this range we're in now, we will be building out the right shoulder of old Mr. Clean's head and shoulders pattern, which plays out to 19.2. Why you got to quick look at the Wookiee. That 28K V-shaped recovery level would put us right up at our ascending channel support, which is acting as resistance now and conspiring with the 200 moving average as the headwind police. Now being under the 200 puts us firmly into bear country, but it can get worse. If we were to drop to the ding-dong's bear flag playout down at 20.2, well, that would put us under the 50 moving average and all three moving averages, for that matter. The last time we were under all three moving averages on the Wookiee was way back in the FTX debacle of June 22nd, where we sloughed off another 30% loss before we crossed back over. And where would a 30% loss crossing bearish over the 50 moving average take us? Well, that would be down. Hold your hats, please. At 16.6-ish. Say what? Doesn't mean it has to. Only saying that it has before, which means that it could happen again. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a cup of coffee, join me for a quick one. And by all means, sing it with me now. Around the banks of boom dash bang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa, ching. Another beautiful day here on planet Earth. The sun's not up, but I don't care. It's a little cloudy, but I don't care. None of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days. I put Ron Paul in the end there because it was his birthday on Sunday. I don't know how old he is. 86 or something like that? I could be wrong. I'm just throwing that number out there. I'm not too sure. But imagine if Ron Paul would have became president when he ran back in the day, how different our world would be right now. I don't think they can do much once they get into the Oval Office. I just think they're introduced to the head of CIA, head of FBI, head of pharma, head of oil and gas, and they're just told, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to do it. Anyway, good morning, Johnny December, pianomattyb, OG, helping to build the channel, Squeaky McGee, David Sony Music, Metal Family, JP, Christopher Selden, Mark Stone, Troy Ann, Snaky Pete, Vapes, BC, Misco, pianomattyb, OG, helping to build the channel. Mario, Cantonese, Kelly McBride, Terry Crow, pianomattyb, OG in Kansas City, helping to build the channel. David, Earth Scum, Mad Faded Baby, Blue Punk Rocker, Ralphie, Hunter's Blow. It's got to be one of my favorite names so far. Mike Loney Kristinoff, Camo Crawdad. Good morning from the Blue Ridge Mountains in West Virginia. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. So there is such a place, Camo Crawdad. Good morning, David Richards, head of BlackRock. Yes, Misco. Brad Beckham, Abby Dewan. Yeah, so basically, nothing's happened. Still 26K. Lithium Cohen, afternoon from Amsterdam. I've never been to Amsterdam. I once worked on a cruise ship that took us into the Mediterranean. And the closest we got was, I don't know, my geography over there is pretty weak. We went to the south of France, Nice and Cannes, but we never got into the Amsterdam-esque area. I would have liked to see it, still would. What's it like there? What's the social climate? It's better than Canada? It's getting worse here. Worse here every day. I feel like they're dialing in the fear again. I don't like really talking about it because I feel like even just me talking anything about what they're dialing in is giving more power to the fear. So my motto is to not talk about it ever. I see a lot of posts. Here I am talking about it. I see a lot of posts on Twitter, on YouTube, saying that we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. I think we should take it one step further and just ignore it. Just stop everything. Stop saying, I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. Just stop it. It's like, if you're so confident about something, you generally don't talk about it. And this goes, I found this in my own life when I was learning something. I was probably very annoying to people because I was just wanted to talk about it over and over, just kind of hashing out my mind. And then once I got it, man, you'll never hear me talk about it again. It's just locked in, and it just becomes baseline for me. So, I mean, I know what I'm going to do. I know what my family's going to do. Majority of my family. There's still some people in my family that can't save them all, right? But I know what I'm going to do, and that's it. I'm just going to ignore it. Last thing I'll say. I always do enjoy a good fight. And if it's a fight that they want, well, I don't know. Fight's what they're going to get, as far as I'm concerned. And that's it for that talk. The Brothers T. Hello from Florida. Ralphie says he missed Netherlands. Tells you all you need to know. What's your thoughts on how the El Salvador Bitcoin experiment will play out? I don't know. I'm not too sure if it is a Bitcoin experiment at this point. I think they're just trying to go the right way. Like, I mean, that is the right way. And they're trying to do it against the grain. So you have to understand on the geopolitical level, they have every force in this corrupt world pushing against them. They don't want any country going to a Bitcoin standard. Not because they fear, they don't even know what the Bitcoin standard is. They just know that it's not the fiat standard. So they don't want anyone to move off that. Because once a country moves off it, well, it's like, what is it? What is that? Plato's wall. All these countries are just looking at this fiat standard. Well, this is what life is. We just live like this. And then once they leave the cave, they realize, holy smokes, all this time we've just been duped. Dirk Porter says Latin America and Africa are sick of the monetary imperialism. Argentina apparently has similar sentiment. Yes, Mark Liano, good question. Will the NFO, NWO, WEF, WBO assassinate Bukele? Well, that's a good question because there's a couple guys on my list who need to check their brakes every day. One is Bukele, one is Bobby Jr., and the other is the Argentina politician who's making a good run at becoming their president and moving it into, who knows, maybe the Bitcoin standard's going to work there too. I wouldn't be surprised. Like at what point do they just go, F it, throw their hands in the air and say, this is horrible. What is their inflation? 114%? It's almost like I can't even imagine what that would be like. Here we sit in Canada with inflation being gaslit into our minds at whatever the CPI for America is. Let's just call it, 3%? That's such a laughable joke, 3%. I mean, yesterday I was talking about the pizza. While I was waiting for a pizza Saturday, I got onto CoinSquare and was able to move some money because Canada is hard for me anyway. If anyone from Canada here, if you have an easier way to get on and off ramps, let me know. But for me, it was CoinSquare because Gemini I don't know what happened with Gemini. But I ordered a pizza and a salad. And my bill was $70. So that's a lot. It wasn't a big pizza. It's not one of those like pizza places. It's more of a restaurant. It's a buddy of mine's restaurant. It's, I don't know. See, how do you pronounce that? Tatsi 93. Have you tried ShakePay? No, I haven't, but a friend of mine suggested that yesterday after the live stream. He's a live stream lurker, I think, and he suggested Shake Pay. But, you know, I'm on with CoinSquare, and it's just basically a bounce. It's a relay. Get it on, put it into my ledger. Get it on, put it into my ledger. So that's my goal with it. But they have a 72-hour hold on my first deposit. So it kind of got me a little like I've been going every day trying to shoot it to my ledger, and it's a little suspect. I don't like that. I get it, but I don't like that. Yes, so $70 for the pizza. I mean, I ate the pizza myself. It's not a big pizza. It's one of those gourmet pizzas, the roasted veggie. It's fantastic pizza, but it's very thin. We have thin crust pizza up here in Canada. I don't know if that's a thing where you are, but it's a thing here. People like thin crust pizza. So do I. That with a whole bunch of sriracha, and I'm in pizza heaven. And the salad, which was very small. I ate the salad and the pizza all to myself, basically. $70. So if you're in States, that's, I don't know, 55. You might be thinking, well, that's kind of par for the course. Maybe it is par for the course now, but I remember that pizza and that salad being about $40. So it was 40. It's basically doubled, but we're gaslit into thinking that inflation, CPI, the children's table inflation is at 3 to 4%. Good luck. The CPI purposely omits items in calculation to make CPI appear lower, says Misco. Yeah, they just fudge the numbers. It's a brilliant game they have. And it's like, oil is shot up. Let's take that out. Rubik's Cubes down. Let's put that in. Sony Walkman CD players that don't skip, they're down. Let's put those in. And then they come up with this fudge price. Terry Crow says gourmet is pricey, especially with 50% inflation. Yes, well, here's the thing about the restaurant. They make everything, okay? So I'll pay for that. I'll pay the extra for that. You go to a pizza place and, you know, it's just coming in that semi's coming in the back, dumping the processed pre-made food into the freezer. At least they make it, so I can get behind that. No, Blue Punk Rocker, $77. That'd be like the 20s. Derek Porter says, people feel inflation, so they naturally don't trust reports that say things are fine. So at least we have that distrust on our side. Yeah, I do feel that people are waking up to the lies. But then again, we live in this bubble. I'm sure you guys understand when I say your community that you talk with, your friends, if they're outside of this community, well, you probably don't have too many conversations with them because they get that look in their eyes that, are you talking about finance? It hurts my soul when you talk about finance. It's just that look. You know the look. You start telling you're 10 seconds into a party, promising yourself you're not going to talk about Bitcoin. And then someone brings up the sun shining. And you're like, well, speaking of the sun shining, the Bitcoin price action. Then you're into it. And then you see them all over. I said this last week, but I make my rounds every time I see someone. Basically, my social life consists of a squash club where I go and play squash. So I see people there, and we're all kind of interplanetary male satellites coming into each other's orbit every now and then because it's just a guy's club. You have to be a guy. I know, crazy. Can you imagine in this day and age, there's a men's club. Now, it's not a strip club. It's a men's club, men's fitness club. In this day and age, that does not allow women in. Now, when I say it doesn't allow women in, on Sundays, if there's special events, women can come, but it's generally a male's fitness club. You know, not unlike women-only fitness clubs. You know those ones? Women-only fitness clubs? Yeah, those are fine. This is a men's only. So, intergalactic satellite of males coming in from, you know, everyone comes there for an hour, maybe play squash or has a steam or whatever. And when we talk about it, I end up getting into Bitcoin, and I just say this is my. I just want to go down on the record saying you should buy some Bitcoin, because in 2 years you're going to be asking me, well, why didn't you tell me to buy Bitcoin? Like, I'm telling you to buy it now. And then they go in to try to talk themselves out of the concept of even listening to it. Like they say things like the Ponzi, and I'm just like, well, some of these guys are doctors, right? So, like, make no mistake, in their 12 years of education from the pharma industry, oh snap, they don't get 1 second of financial education. No one's telling them, okay, well, when you become a doctor, you're going to be starting at, 150K maybe, or 200K. And if you start to specialize, you will get up to well over $500,000. This is what you should do with that money. They don't know that. So they get a financial advisor to, take care of their money. That financial advisor, as soon as he gets a doctor, it's just like ding, 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 payday, because he's going to make more money than the doctor. The doctor doesn't know this. Johnny December, pianomattyb OG down in Belize. Food down here in Belize is so cheap compared to what I don't like hearing this, Johnny, because I want to take the piano bar to Belize. Food down here in Belize is so cheap compared to what I was paying in Colorado. 30 natural eggs, $7. Grouper, 5 to 10 pounds. Red snapper, $5.20 a pound. Chicken, $1 to $3 a pound. Yes. I've been putting the feelers out to move out of Canada for about 2 years now. Now, I get it. Things take time. But you got to be moving in that direction. There's one thing I've learned about being a small business owner / entrepreneur. You just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I want to move out of Canada, so I keep saying it and I keep looking, and one day that'll happen. But, even with this YouTube channel, every day, one foot in front of the other, trying to build it, trying to get it to where I want to go. And if I stop putting that one foot in front of the other, well, here's one thing for sure. It'll never happen. So just keep doing the work. Squeaky McGee, you do tell them now and they tell you it's a scam. Later they blame you like you never mentioned it. Yes, you're exactly right. And that's, at the end of the day, I honestly don't care, because you can't save them all. And I try to hit them where they may understand. Like, so for them, they almost write themselves off. Like, wow, I'm good where I am, because basically they are good where they are. They are like the most comfortable slaves in the slave house. They have a great room. They can leave the plantation whenever they want, but they come back and they're, at the end of the day, they're slaves to their job. Even some of the doctors I know are broke because they get the new Range Rover lease and the massive house, and next thing you know, they're maxing out their salary because it's a salary, and anyone with a job is just over broke. I forgot what I was saying here. Yeah, so I try to get them. I talk about their children. If it's too late for you, maybe just buy, because these people. When I say you should just buy your 2 kids 1 Bitcoin, the cost, I think it's 35K Canadian right now. It'd be $70,000. These people have $70,000. It wouldn't break the bank, but it's probably tied up in some BS RRSP or mutual fund or some BS investment that their financial crook advisor has been telling them to do. Don't get out, because if you get out, he loses his 3% trailer on that thing. I did notice this, though. I perused Twitter to get the vibe, the sentiment, and I have noticed that people are actually kind of bullish this week. I think they're expecting Scotch on the Rocks, Booze Breath, Jerry Pow to say something, I don't know, somewhat good at Jackson Hole on Friday. To me, it's not enough to be that bullish way the sentiment in the Twitter sphere is. But they seem to be. What did I see today too? S&P downgraded some banks. Did that affect the price? No. You think it would, you know? S&P has downgraded banks. Will that take people out of that bank? Nope. It won't. Who is this? Everybody wants to rule the world. Pick a kick account. Hey, buddy. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. Well, that's right. Look, Derek Porter, Skibbity.
Where?
His boy is obsessed with it too.
Where?
Skibbity bibbity boom baby, skibbity bibbity weep weep. Well, how to sing it again so I get it. Skibbity scabbity. What is it?
Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity album nip nip. Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity album nip nip.
Oh, nice. Bullish or bearish, my boy?
Bullish.
Bullish. He must have been reading that Twitter sphere sentiment.
Yeah.
Well, we're always bullish here because, you know, who cares about price action? It's just priced in dirty fiat blood money anyway. So, Duke, sing these good people out, my boy.
We're playing the same game as our psychopathic.
Whoa, look at that hat.
That's right, that's the one game. So remote and have a fantastic day. When the banks run this man, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey!
Make sure you like and subscribe.